What if the man who once defined elegance on stage suddenly redefined it in the heart of Hollywood? What secret did Kim Taehyung, the voice of V, carry behind that calm smile as he walked into Vogue World, Hollywood? Join us through this dazzling night that shook Los Angeles and left every heartbeat echoing his name, Kim Taehyung. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because you're about to witness the most talked about moment of 2025. The night sky over Los Angeles shimmered with a strange electricity, a sense that something unforgettable was about to unfold. Cameras flashed, heels clicked against the marble floors of the venue, and whispers traveled through the star-studded crowd like wildfire. Is he really here? Someone murmured. And then, as if time itself decided to pause, Kim Taehyung, known to millions as V of BTS, stepped into the golden glow of Vogue World, Hollywood 2025. It wasn't just another celebrity entrance. It was an awakening. The energy shifted. Conversation stilled. Every lens in the room turned, drawn as if by gravity, toward the man who had spent years mastering the art of quiet magnetism. He wasn't just attending an event. He was redefining it, wearing a bespoke ensemble that whispered both old world sophistication and modern rebellion. Taehyung carried himself with the serenity of someone who knew exactly how to make silence louder than applause. The theme of the night was cinema reimagined, a celebration of fashion, artistry, and the eternal dialogue between fame and authenticity. Yet, somehow, all those grand ideas found their human embodiment in him. As Taehyung walked the black and gold carpet, his calm smile seemed to hold 1,000 secrets, an untold story of transformation beneath the surface. What was he thinking? What was he hiding behind that gaze that met the flashes with grace, but revealed nothing? Fans outside the venue had waited for hours, their chants filling the Los Angeles air with devotion and longing. "Taehyung, we love you," someone screamed as his car door opened. The crowd erupted like thunder meeting ocean waves. Inside, the industry's elite designers, directors, icons found themselves caught in the same spell. Even those who thought they'd seen it all couldn't look away. Taehyung didn't rush. He didn't pose excessively. He simply stood there, elegant and unbothered, letting the world orbit around him. And yet, behind that serenity, there was something electric, something almost enigmatic. Maybe it was the way his tailored jacket shimmered under the light, or the way he acknowledged the cameras with a subtle nod, a gesture that said, "I know you're watching, but you'll never really know me." Throughout the night, whispers grew. Vogue editors noted his effortless fusion of charisma and restraint. Hollywood producers whispered about how his presence alone could anchor a film. The fashion world admired the artistry in his simplicity, a vision that transcended labels. And perhaps the most stunning revelation came not from what he wore, but from what he projected, authenticity wrapped in mystery. Inside the grand ballroom, Taehyung mingled with some of the most influential figures in the global entertainment industry. He was seen conversing with designers whose works define the night, exchanging quiet smiles with fellow artists who seemed drawn to his calm aura. Yet, even in a sea of glitter and fame, he remained distinct. His laughter was soft but genuine, his eyes attentive yet distant, as if a part of him was always somewhere beyond the noise, somewhere poetic, somewhere real. At one point, as cameras followed him to his seat near the runway, a soft melody began to play, an orchestral reinterpretation of one of BTS's most beloved ballads. For a brief, breathtaking second, the crowd seemed to recognize the song. Their eyes turned to Taehyung. He didn't move, but a faint smile appeared, fragile and knowing. It was as though the music had found its rightful owner. Social media exploded within minutes. Taehyung just turned Vogue World into a movie scene. No one does presence like him. V in Hollywood feels like destiny. Every clip, every frame, every second of his appearance became viral. Fans across the globe began replaying the moment, analyzing his expression, his walk, even the angle of his smile. It wasn't just a fashion event anymore, it was history being written in real time. What made this night so powerful wasn't merely the glamour or the exclusivity. It was the emotional undercurrent, the invisible thread between Taehyung and those who watched him. Every look he gave, every motion he made, carried the weight of years spent under blinding lights. Years of growth, solitude, and silent resilience. This was not the idol of yesterday, nor the singer you once thought you knew. This was a man who had learned to find peace amid chaos, to turn every camera flash into poetry. Many noted that Taehyung's appearance marked a new era, not just in fashion, but in his personal narrative. After years of music, acting, and artistic exploration, his presence at Vogue World symbolized something deeper, the merging of all his worlds into one identity. He was no longer just V of BTS, nor just Kim Taehyung the soloist. He was a living work of art, a storyteller through motion, silence, and gaze. Rumors circulated that he was preparing for a major project in the United States, something cinematic that would bridge his love for music, film, and visual storytelling. Was this appearance a hint, a silent prologue to what's coming next? The question echoed everywhere, from fan forums to Hollywood backrooms. Every observer agreed on one thing: whatever he's planning, it's bound to change the rules. As the night deepened, Vogue editors approached him for a private conversation. They discussed art, identity, and the intersection of culture and fashion. One insider described the exchange as philosophical, yet deeply human. Taehyung spoke about how beauty, to him, is not performance, it's presence. Real beauty, he said softly, is when you stop trying to impress and start trying to express. Those words lingered long after the event ended. They felt like a manifesto, a quiet declaration of what it means to exist authentically in a world obsessed with perfection. And as dawn approached Los Angeles, fans were still awake across continents, reliving every frame, every word, every second of Taehyung's night. Outside the venue, as he made his exit, something magical happened. The crowd, though fenced off for safety, began singing softly in a spontaneous chorus of Sweet Night. Taehyung turned, his eyes scanning the sea of faces illuminated by phone lights. He placed a hand over his heart, smiled that gentle, unspoken smile, and bowed deeply. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't staged, it was real. In that moment, the flashing lights no longer mattered. The luxury brands, the cameras, the whispers all faded into the background. What remained was connection. A human bond between artist and admirer, between heart and heartbeat. Later that night, his name dominated every major platform. #Vogue World Hallyu trended in over 60 countries. News outlets replayed his entrance repeatedly, calling it the moment that defined the night. Critics described it as the quiet storm of the evening, but perhaps the truest description came from a fan's simple comment. He didn't need to say anything. His presence spoke everything. Kim Taehyung left the event the same way he entered: calm, composed, untouchable. But the world he left behind was transformed. Los Angeles, the city of stars, had just witnessed a new constellation rise. And maybe that's the magic of him. Kim Taehyung doesn't chase moments. He creates them. He doesn't speak loudly. He lets the silence between words tell the story. He doesn't just attend events. He turns them into art. So as the world watches, one question lingers in the air like perfume after a long night. What will he do next? What surprise lies behind that peaceful smile? Whatever it is, one thing's certain when it comes to Kim Taehyung: nothing is ever just coincidence. Every step, every glance, every appearance is a chapter in a story still being written. And maybe, just maybe, when the next page turns, the whole world will be watching once again, waiting, wondering, and falling a little deeper into the mystery called Kim Taehyung.